Doing it for the right reason, actually want to do it because of just like actually want to box, it's cool. But if he's doing it for like the wrong reason, just to get the hype and stuff like that, I feel as though it's trash.
How about Jake? What do you think of Jake?
Clown.
Yeah.
He's a clown.
Would you look at it as a joke if your team was like, yo, we want you to fight Jake Paul? Would you be like, come on, man?
I laugh at him. Like, you want me to fight him? Sometimes people get bored at what they want, what they doing, and they want to try other stuff. Got to be mentally tough to be able to.
Gervonta Davis recently shared his thoughts on the much-anticipated showdown between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, offering a detailed and insightful analysis of the fight from both a technical and strategic standpoint. Known for his explosive fighting style and sharp understanding of the sport, Davis broke down the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters, giving fans a glimpse into what they can expect when the two step into the ring. His unique perspective highlighted the key factors that could influence the outcome, from Tyson's legendary experience to Jake Paul's growing confidence and skill.
That's why I don't take that away from some fighters or some people that want to jump into the sport. So just show how tough you are. That's how it should be.
Gervonta Davis acknowledged Jake Paul's impressive ascent in the boxing world, recognizing that Paul has put in significant effort to transition from a YouTuber to a more disciplined and skilled fighter. However, Davis didn't hold back in his evaluation of Paul's limitations, particularly when it comes to facing a legend like Mike Tyson. He pointed out that, while Paul has made noticeable strides in his technique and ring awareness, his relatively limited experience and lack of technical polish could prove to be a major disadvantage against Tyson's explosive speed and relentless aggression.
I mean, I don't like how people just can be able to come in and just say, oh, I'm fighting or be a boxer, but then again, it is entertaining, you know what I mean? But I don't want to be sound like no hater.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
But he doing his thing, he lost, that's a good thing.
When discussing Mike Tyson, Gervonta Davis emphasized that the 58-year-old former heavyweight champion still possessed remarkable power and speed, making him a formidable threat to a less experienced fighter like Jake Paul. According to Davis, Tyson's ability to apply relentless pressure and deliver rapid combinations could easily overwhelm Paul. Davis also highlighted Tyson's signature style of slipping punches and countering, which remains a dangerous weapon in the ring. Davis offered specific advice for Paul, suggesting that his best chance of survival would be to navigate the early rounds, where Tyson's power and explosiveness are most potent. He recommended that Paul focus on defense, stay agile, and avoid engaging Tyson up close. While Paul has youth and size on his side, Davis stressed that discipline would be key for Paul. He should maintain distance, use his jab to control the pace, and avoid getting caught by Tyson's devastating power shots. Additionally, Davis noted that the psychological aspect of the fight could pose a significant challenge for Paul, especially facing someone with Tyson's legendary presence in the ring.
Would you ever entertain them type of fights? Like, obviously, it's not a real, like, you a real boxer, it's different. But the money they make it like people, I see a couple real boxers be thinking about stuff like that because they're making so much bread. Is that something that you would ever entertain like that?
In my, like right now, I feel as though I'm not in that space to be able to do.
Mike Tyson is infamous for his intimidating presence, often mentally dismantling opponents before the fight even begins. Gervonta Davis noted that Jake Paul's self-confidence and bravado would be tested in ways he hasn't faced before, particularly against a legend like Tyson. Davis warned that if Paul allows himself to be intimidated by Tyson's reputation and psychological pressure, it could spell disaster for him. As for his prediction, Davis acknowledged Paul's potential, but firmly believed the fight heavily favored Tyson, especially if Tyson came in with his trademark aggression. Davis pointed out that Tyson's raw power and boxing intelligence could lead to an early knockout if Paul doesn't maintain discipline and avoid those crushing blows. However, Davis also recognized that anything can happen in the ring. If Paul can withstand Tyson's explosive bursts and manage the pacing, he might have a shot at making it competitive. Davis concluded by emphasizing that this fight would truly test both fighters' skills and resolve. For him, it's a fascinating clash between a young fighter eager to prove himself and a legendary veteran whose legacy is already cemented.
I mean, I feel as though Floyd can be able to do that because he done accomplished a lot of stuff in the sport of boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Floyd can be able to do that, but me as right now, I don't think.
The upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson has captured the attention of boxing fans and skeptics alike. Scheduled for November 15th at A&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, this high-profile bout pits the 27-year-old YouTuber-turned-boxer Paul against the 58-year-old former heavyweight champion Tyson. The match has raised a variety of questions and concerns, ranging from Tyson's health and age to Paul's experience and ability to withstand Tyson's legendary power. Gervonta Davis, known for his fierce fighting style and sharp boxing insights, recently offered his perspective on the impending fight. Davis acknowledged Jake Paul's rapid rise in the sport of boxing. Over the last few years, Paul has transitioned from an internet personality to a professional boxer, facing former UFC fighters and securing notable victories. Davis pointed out that Paul has shown growth in his technical skills, becoming a more disciplined fighter. However, Davis wasn't shy about expressing his concerns. He emphasized that Paul's lack of experience in the ring, particularly in someone of Tyson's caliber, could be his undoing. Tyson, despite his age, still carries the formidable attributes that made him a global icon. Davis highlighted that Tyson's explosive speed, power, and aggression remain potent weapons, and they could overwhelm Paul, especially in the early rounds. Tyson's infamous head and body shots, combined with his aggressive style, could create a massive challenge for Paul. Davis pointed out that if Paul can survive those early bursts of energy, he might be able to find a rhythm. But that would require discipline, movement, and an ability to avoid getting trapped in close quarters with Tyson. Mike Tyson is not only known for his technical abilities, but also for his intimidating psychological presence. Over the years, Tyson's ability to mentally dismantle his opponents before the first bell rings has been a significant part of his legacy. Gervonta Davis mentioned that Jake Paul's bravado and self-confidence would be tested in ways he hasn't experienced before. Against a fighter like Tyson, who has a history of dominating fighters mentally before physically, Paul might find himself in uncharted waters. If Paul allows Tyson to get into his head, it could affect his performance and lead to a quicker defeat. Calvin Ford, the trainer of Gervonta Davis, also expressed concerns about the fight, particularly when it comes to Tyson's health. Ford admitted that while the fight has generated massive promotion and hype, he is worried about Tyson's well-being. At 58 years old, Tyson is not the fighter he once was, and Ford questioned whether his health and physical condition could hold up against the younger, more physically conditioned Jake Paul. Ford's reservations reflect a growing concern in the boxing world about whether Tyson, after such a long layoff from the sport, will be able to compete at the highest level. Despite these concerns, Tyson's confidence has been unwavering. He has reportedly